Bethany in North Carolina writes, I've actually gotten caught off guard by manufacturers trying to negotiate at my booth after seeing my art. I know it's a great problem to have, but how do I negotiate cold like this? Well, I want to reiterate that not a lot of people at trade shows are going to start immediate discussions and negotiations if they've never met you before. This is where you gather information. They're gathering information about you, and you're gathering information about them. So that's really what you can expect. And some people do move things forward and might mention royalties. So you need to be prepared with a few questions, and you can always ask some questions like, what do you offer for royalties to other new artists like myself? So in other words, one of the greatest techniques is to ask a question that's general. If they start asking about royalties and about, oh, we only do this, we only do that, you can always ask questions back and refer to, just tell me, how do you work with everybody? I am new to the industry, and are you working on a royalty basis? Do you work on only flat fee? Just ask them questions, and that will pull out more information, get them talking, and you can then get other questions answered like, what territories do you cover with your distribution? What exact products do you make? What are the age groups that your products are targeted for? What materials are they made with? What retailers do you work with? What other properties do you license or artwork do you license? Are you making the final decision? How is the final licensing decision being made? So as you can see, there are so many questions that you can ask, and at some point you'll realize, oh, I really like this person and they're answering all my questions, or boy, are they resisting me? I mean, you'll just be learning by asking the questions. So be prepared to ask questions, and I don't recommend really negotiating one-on-one at the booth. I think it's important to do your background check on the manufacturer, especially if they're an international manufacturer. And I think it's important to go back and schedule a time to talk and close the deal, because you want to make sure that they're legit and that they send you a good contract and that it's fair and that they're not trying to get your copyright, all those kind of things. So negotiating at the booth is something I think should be happening when you know somebody. Maybe they come back 2 or 3 times during the show. That may be enough to mean that you're negotiating by the 3rd day. But within the first 2 minutes of a conversation, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that too much. Lastly, on that question, I want to offer that you need to ask questions like, are you ready to move now on a contract? What are your deadlines for getting the artwork? When are you going into production? I mean, if they've got an urgent need, they should be willing to talk about those things. And then certainly they should be willing to send you a contract and follow up and have a meeting with you very quickly after the show to get things moving. I have seen deals done at the show, absolutely. And people who went home and did brand new artwork, and a week later they had a calendar in the works.